I mentioned that Pogba is world class. And he look better than France. So where should he play in this Ragnar system now? I mean, I think he should play at a position or what?
Simple,
That's going on with it. Why not inconsistent?
I thought you would have had a harder question. Get rid of Fred, put a midfielder beside Pogba, just right there. A player who knows how to tackle and pass the ball. That's all. Anybody who looks like Kante is good enough.
All right, hold on.
Whatever look like, who will do the
All right, so hold on.
Just do the
This is
dirty
what.
work.
So you're saying sign NDD. So sign NDD.
Oh, that's
So sign NDD for Pogba to play.
Right now, honestly,
NDD.
right now, presently, right now, any name you call that play defensive midfield is better than Fred and McTominay. Look at this. NDD is better for sure. I would have taken him, right? But look at this. When last have Man U won a midfield battle? We lost it against Newcastle, lost it against Burnley, lost it against Norwich. These teams make us look like there is no midfield. When last? If Matic was just 5 years younger, just 5 years younger,
He will still be a chance.
teaching them how to play midfield. And then the big part is that Carrick, who sits on the bench, is a Ray Charles. He's blind. my grandparents told me that Parson Chris needs speaking the first Jamaican talk. The first. They will give their children first. Now you playing midfield, holding midfield. As a midfielder sitting on the bench, you don't think you look out for your position first?
That's true. He should improve. He should improve. Yeah,
That's
he should
true.
improve McTominay for real. He should improve.
You know,
He should
you
both
know
of
who
them.
at the side first, Chris? Who at the side first?
A midfielder.
The big ball.
Yeah, but he should improve. He should improve them for real. I can't really go around what you're saying, because what you're saying, really makes sense. But so far, why Bruce questions is important, If you so this is a system where those two holding players are very important, because it's 4-2-2-2, right? So it's two midfield, two holding, two wide players, two forwards, right? So today against City, I think today against City he put him at the best place that he could, which is in the two up ahead. I think he was playing in the two in the forward.
But no,
Right? Because he had Elanga one side, he had Sancho one side, and him and
Bruno.
who is the guy? Ian Bruno was in the forward positions. Cavani was on the bench. Ronaldo was injured. Right? I think that's because you see Pogba. I think the problem with Pogba is defensively. So imagine you're playing against Manchester City and Pogba is just going to sit there and not run back to tackle De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. That's the problem. That's where coaches fear to play Pogba in that midfield. So if they're not going to play three in the middle and have two defensively strong players, they won't put Pogba in there as one of the two in it. And I remember Kante and Fabregas, that debacle, when, Kante had Fabregas and he was saying that, Fabregas has to be like Kante and Kante has to be like Fabregas. So Fabregas had to add tackling to his game, right, for him to exist in Conte's system. But so I'm saying, if Pogba doesn't add tackling to his game, how can he play in the two when this is a very important position? These
How
two
you say
players.
that? Go ahead, so far.
Question. Which other team used two holding midfielder? Two
Chelsea.
defensive, like-minded midfielder.
No,
None of them is good attack.
I can't say Chelsea then.
Arsenal.
Two of them that is defensive.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Part there
Xhaka.
and
No, but
Xhaka.
it's a different system. No, it's a different system because they have Odegaard on top.
So,
and I'm saying if
so
they
my-
play
so my
that
problem is-
system, then Pogba would be perfect on top.
Why one of
So-
them
On top, like
can't
Odegaard.
learn to defend? Why one of them can't learn to defend like Kante learn to defend and let Pogba? You win the ball, you pass the ball, and Pogba. My Bible that I read tells me about all of us being a part of one body with different functions, different roles. These guys need to learn to do their role. You can't play in holding midfield, you cannot tackle. Nobody's afraid of you. Keane,
That's true.
wherever you are, may God
But-
bless you. Because this guy will tackle you and let you know. Right, Keane? No,
Everybody afraid of Rocky.
Who is afraid of Fred?
Hey, I mean, Jack out the Rakia, Chris. Jack,
Jacka, yeah.
You look like you had
The man wants a clean
He kicking
resume.
down right now.
Fred wants a clean resume. And I hear a person talking about Fred brother. Fred does 90% bad and 10% good in a game. And then everybody talks about the 10. You saw what Fred did? Yes, of course I saw it. But I also saw the 90% rubbish. I saw it too. The game that he squared the ball, when he was squaring the ball and it ended up in the back of the net. Honestly, I still believe it was a square. He was squaring the ball and ended up in the back of the net. And you person said, brilliant goal, Fred. Yes, but what about the ball that he gave away? What about persons running past him? Today, it was Bernardo, what's his name? Silva?
Silva,
Bernardo Silva.
Skip past him, McTominay.
Yeah.
But I think no so far I agree. I think apparently Man U though is a coaching Chris. Has gone wrong. I don't think Pogba in his 5-6 years at Man U have been played in the number 10 role consistently as he should. He's very creative. Today that one pass Sancho cut that one pass Sancho today cut City defense wide open. So
Beautiful.
all right, look at Arsenal for example. I've worked at Arteta. I've given him credit. Maybe learn a pep fee, but look here. Odegaard is playing number 10 role. He has Smith Rowe, who's out a creative player. What he has done with Smith Rowe is put him on the wing and leave Odegaard to play the number 10 role. So Man U now have two very creative players, two number 10 on the team to me, Pogba and Bruno. But Tony can't play number 10 in the even game. So I think at some point in time, you can hear what Bruno jump on the wing and try swinging some ball or something. You don't have necessarily have speed on the wing, but Pogba has to play behind.
But I
in front
don't
of two.
think Pogba was bought to play the number 10 role because
He's a number 10.
strived in
Because
the
his
number 8
creativity
role.
as well. He's the best part of the
No,
ball.
but he strived. No, but Pogba strived as a hybrid at Juventus, right? Was right beside Pirlo and was this hybrid player going up and down. Now Pirlo would sit and Pogba would do what he needs to do. So they brought him to Manchester United to be this hybrid player. So Pogba should be like Kovacic, right? Where he can do both sides, but he's good. He can pass well. Eh?
He's too creative to be compared to Kovacic, Chris.
No,
He's
I'm
creative.
saying. So he's what he's lacking now in terms of the type of player that they want, which is like a hybrid, is the defensive side because Pogba normally just forgets the defensive side. Now in Italy, when you're playing for Juventus, right, you can afford to do that sometimes. But in the Premier League, they're gonna prey on it. So most managers come. If you look at the history of United, right, and the managers since Pogba has been there, Mourinho bought him. You have to remember that Mourinho bought Pogba, right? Then he started to bench him. Ole had him, brought him into the team, and then he started to bench Pogba after a while, right? In games that they needed defensive security, right? Now Rangnick is here and he's playing Pogba and he's not putting him anywhere near the defense because of the defensive security that Pogba does not give you. And it's like he's so creative, and you know creative players will lose the ball. But the problem with Pogba is the responsibility when he does it. Right? His response towards when he loses the ball, that's where I think it gets the coaches. It doesn't worry. It doesn't even faze him. Right? And I think there is where that's what's keeping him on bench. Because that's why I say he now needs to grow up as a player and say, I'm gonna get this part of my game right.
You see, I don't want anybody to hate me now after watching your program. But my question is to the persons who will not like what I've said thus far. Which one of the teams Fred could make? Which one of the top 16 Fred could make?
Manchester United.
Question to you. Which
Well, he
one of
can't
the
start. He
top
can't start
16
over. That's a party for sure.
Fred could make?
What
No,
Chelsea, Chris?
And next
He
team
probably
that
could play.
we overlook.
He probably could play for City. Because Roger isn't
Steve
all
Aoun.
that good
And
either.
next thing that we
Roger isn't all that.
The next thing that we
Better passer.
I know you'll forgive
True.
me for making this analogy, but the only person that I've seen done anything like this is West Indies team. Forgive me for doing that. Whereas